Alright, so we're back in episode 3 of WoW leveling. Leandrius the Monk. Let's see if we can actually do some stuff this time. Like I said last time, it's with 15 minutes each episode. It's tough. It really is, because that's not a lot of time. Anyone who's watching this, I hope, has played WoW, because I don't know why you'd watch it if you hadn't. But anyone who's played WoW will understand 15 minutes. Anyone who's played an MMO, actually, it doesn't even have to be WoW, will understand that 15 minutes in an MMO is like nothing. Like that's not enough time to really accomplish much. I mean, you can accomplish some things, but not a ton. Definitely not that much. So, but I don't know, I feel like with my Guild Wars 2 daily videos being 30 to 60 minutes long, that's a pretty long time, and I'll be honest, like, I wouldn't watch somebody play for that long. But like I said, I'm not putting those up to get viewers. I just do it because I enjoy it. And that's the same thing with this, but at the same time, I don't know, something about 15-minute episodes feels nice. And like, if I want to play longer than 15 minutes, then I'll just stop the episode and then start again. I basically just did that with this one after the last episode, and it doesn't really cause any issues for me. It's easy. It's not a big deal, and yeah, like 15 minutes just seems about right. 20 minutes could also be doable, but if you go above 20, I feel like you might as well just go to a 30-minute segment. So that's just my opinion. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. It just depends. But either way, as far as editing goes, when you have that time limit, did I already finish all these quests? Why is it not showing? Oh, I guess, okay, because I went into this zone, it doesn't like work, whatever. But anyways, like I said, for editing, it's not a big deal. It's really easy for me to, like, if I want to play for 2 hours straight, I can still do that and make these 15-minute episodes. It's really not any more difficult than if they were already going to be 30 minutes or more. So, my inventory's full. Alright. I actually need to mail some bags to this guy from my, actually, I made a character on this realm a long time ago, so I had like 100 gold left over, which is actually really helpful. So I need to mail some money onto this character, and obviously some bags would be nice. But for now, we're just going, we're roughing it. But yeah, I remember this kobold mine when I first played this game. I think human was not the first class, or not the class, it was not the first race I played. I think I made like a gnome or a night elf first, but human was one of the ones I spent a lot of time in. After I kind of started playing, I started playing human a lot, and I remember this area and just being so confused going through this mine. Like, I had no idea what was going on. Oh sweet, we got blackout kick and level 3. But yeah, I remember this mine being like a death trap and the most confusing thing ever. I just didn't know what I was doing. But thinking back to those times, it's just like so nostalgic. Oh my god, it's just too nostalgic almost, to be honest. And I love that feeling, but at the same time, it just makes me wish I could relive it, and you can't, and that's just nostalgia, because, yeah, that's nostalgia. It's the way it is. It sucks, but it's great at the same time. Oh, man. I spent a lot of time in Dune Moreau, or however you pronounce it, because I played a dwarf quite a bit. I made a gnome. I swear a gnome mage was the first character I ever created in this game, but I honestly can't remember for sure. But that's just what I think I made first. And but I actually played a dwarf hunter a lot in the beginning, and just thinking back, the biggest thing for me that I remember is the Yeti Cave in Dumereau. Right outside the, God, what's it called? There's a little inn there. Hold on, I gotta check this. Let's see. Die. Okay, there. Let's see if it's even on my map. Where is it? Dumero. Karanos? I don't know how to say it. That was the place. There was a Yeti cave just down the hill from there, and it was awesome. And I spent many an hour there, just killing Yetis. I wasn't doing quests, but I was just killing Yetis. And I remember I saw a guy, in there charge a mob. At that time, I didn't know charge was a thing, and I was like, "Whoa, how did you do that? Like, how did you run that fast to a mob?" And he's like, "Oh, it's a warrior, it's a class." And that's how I started playing human, because he was a human at the time, and I was like, "Oh my god, you're so cool." And he had like a green training sword that he had either bought off the auction house or made from blacksmithing. And I was like, "Dude, that's so cool." And then I might have been a paladin, not a hunter, I can't remember, but he gave me a sword like his and gave me sharpening stones, and I was like, dude, this is so cool. I thought I was like the coolest person ever after that. It was just like, back then, like, it was so easy to just like meet people in the game and talk to them. Now it seems like everyone's kind of doing their own thing. It's like the game's not new anymore, and even then that wasn't really new because that was 2007-ish, but it was newer then, and there were still a lot of new people coming into the game, and I know there still are new people coming into the game, but I think everyone can agree that what am I thinking of? The community, there's the word. The community is not what it used to be. It's a lot, I hate to say it, but to me it just seems a lot more toxic. But at the same time, that's kind of the whole idea of it only takes a few people to make it look bad or ruin it for everyone else. So there's still, by saying that, what I mean is there still are a lot of great people that play this game, a lot of nice people. It's, it's not all trolls and assholes, there's a lot of good people. It's just finding them. It seems to be harder to stumble across just the average player that's like, hey, I'll help you out, But yeah, I mean, it's still fun. And I think another part of that is, I know what I'm doing now, so I don't like feel like inclined to strike up conversation with a random person and ask them stuff or just talk to people, because like, hey, I'm just leveling, and I feel like other people feel the same way. They're just like, oh, I'm just leveling up, trying to get to max level, I'm doing my thing. I don't really, if they're leveling, and if they're already max, they're like, hey, I'm just waiting for a queue, Everyone's just kind of, like I said, there's not as many new people playing now, so everyone's like, I'm just doing my own thing, I already know what I'm doing. I'm either waiting in queue if I'm max, or if I'm leveling an ult, I just want to level. So that's why I feel like that's a big reason why. Level 8. But yeah, like why people don't talk as much to each other, because back then I didn't know what the hell I was doing, so talking to someone would make it way easier. Asking people questions. I remember I would just I would just text people. Okay, whisper people. Let's get this right. I would whisper people that were like higher level and that were my class, and I'd be like, hey, can you help me out with this stuff? And it'd just be anything really about my class or about gear or about the rotation, and I would just go on and on and on asking constant questions, and they would get annoyed with me at a certain point, or some of them would be super patient. But those people really made this game enjoyable for me, and like I try to help out new players when they ask me questions, but that doesn't really seem, like I said, it doesn't seem to happen as much anymore. So, but like I would just ask so many questions because I didn't know, and I went through. This is probably why I have a level 90 of every class, but I went through a long phase of not knowing what class to play. And during that phase, I would see high-level players at max level, which at the time was, I think, 70. I think it was during late Burning Crusade when I started, and I would see this like badass rogue with really cool weapons and gear all decked out, and then I would PM them and be like, hey, dude, how's a rogue? Is it fun? Does it do good damage? I would just go off and ask them everything about it, and then they would get bored and annoyed of me and be like, sorry, I gotta go. But I would do that. I would constantly ask people questions about their classes because I wanted, ooh, there's a rare, where is he? There he is. I wanted to know. I wanted to decide, and it didn't ever help me decide, but I learned a lot, and it was awesome. So I'd be that guy that just PM'd to random people. I was like, hey, can you talk to me? I need to know stuff. Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. Get off me, tunneler. Go tunnel stuff. I thought that's what your name meant. I don't need you. You're not my dad. Okay, enough of that. I forgot to turn on all these things. Let's see. Innkeeper, mailbox for sure. Banker, auctioneer. Oops. Oh, there's a quest here. Auctioneer. Is that it? Is that all? Profession trainer, I guess. I also like to put on target. So like when rares pop up like that one, it's easy to see where they're at on your minimap. Otherwise, it's hard to find out where you're, like, whatever you're targeting, like where it's at. That was a really poorly formed sentence, but get the idea. Poor princess. I'm sorry, but I need XP. I'm not sorry, actually. I don't care. It's just XPs, man. What is this? Oh, I remember this quest line. I've never been one for reading quest text. I don't like reading that much, so I never really did that. But I remember the gist of this, like, you gotta make the potion so they can fall in love, or I don't know. I could totally be wrong. I'm sure someone will be like, oh my god, that's not at all how it goes. You don't even know what you're talking about. You're dumb. But whatever. I don't know. I don't read quest text. I just do the quests. Yeah, leather's good. I haven't even been equipping these because stupid heirlooms are just so OP. It doesn't even matter until you get much higher levels to actually start equipping pieces outside of your heirloom gear. I mean, obviously every little bit helps, but honestly at these levels it's just so dramatically, like, overpowered. It just doesn't really matter what you do. You're gonna be fine with heirlooms. Yeah, it's great though. It's just, I mean, I'm sure lots of people don't like how powerful heirlooms are. They're like, nah, dude, it's too much. It just makes it stupid. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, but if I made a max level and went through all the trouble to get heirlooms, I mean, don't you think that they should be pretty good? You know, the whole point of them is to make you level faster, and that doesn't have to be limited to XP bonuses. It can also be in the fact that it just makes you do a ton of damage. I don't see that as a bad thing, but I do think it would be cool. Like, I don't even know how this could be implemented, but for there to be like a way to basically turn down the stats on heirlooms, so you did like much more normalized damage for your level, and you still got the XP bonus. But I mean, I don't think I would ever do that, because I'm using heirlooms because I want to level fast and gonna take every advantage I can to get there. And obviously, being able to do a ton of damage is one of those advantages. Oh, now I gotta go back over here now. Pie for Billy. All right, Billy, you get a pie. Yeah, we're running out of time. It was almost 15 minutes again, so it's probably gonna be one of the last quests I do in this episode. I don't know. It's all good though. We're just leveling away. I want to hit level 10 though. I want to dual wield. It doesn't. That's another thing. I always used to. I would like. Back when I was deciding what class I wanted to play, I was like, I want a class that can dual wield. I found out Fury Warriors can 2H dual wield, and I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. And that was like, but then I didn't really like how Warriors played, so that didn't really work out for me, and I ended up eventually just being a paladin. I don't know how or why, especially considering how lame paladins were at low levels back then. Like, you literally would put a seal up, and then you would auto-attack. There was no Crusader Strike Divine Storm until way later. You would just have a Judgment and auto-attacks till, I think it was like level 45 or something when you got Crusader Strike. It was nuts. But I don't know. I enjoyed Paladin. It took me months upon months to hit the max level, which at the time when I finally did hit max level was 80. But, you know, the feeling of accomplishment for that was just insane. What is this? Oh, I gotta kill Goldtooth. Okay, I will finish this by killing Goldtooth and turning that in. He should be right up here. Yep. I also want talent points. I think that's level 15 though. I like the dodge roll talent point where you can get a speed buff from each roll. It's good if you stack those like right when they're about to run out. It gives you a nice movement boost for a while. Alright, Goldtooth. Give me your Goldtooth. He just runs away. It's just like a kobold to run away. I swear. Kobolds and murlocs are just, they always run away. Murlocs are the worst though. That's a whole nother story. I'm gonna save that for another episode. We'll just talk about that next time because I'll probably record that right after this. So I'm enjoying this. I wanna keep going. I don't know why I chose to go behind here because I can't even climb up this. I don't think. Can I? Nope. Okay. We're just gonna have to go around anyway. That was a serious dodge roll. I gotta stop calling it a dodge roll. I've been playing too much Guild Wars 2. I think everything is Guild Wars 2 stuff now. Stay away. I can just kite you. I don't know why I would do that. It doesn't really... It's not really worth the XP, I don't think. Because of quests, there's so much more XP. Alright. Turn this in. To Auntie Bernice Stonefield. Leather for sure. And perfect. Ended on a level up. Level 9. Alright. That has been episode 3. So, yeah. That's it.